it's Morgan from thecheekyhomemaker.com, where we cook, clean, pay the bills, and journey through motherhood together. Today we're going to be making some very cute flower pens getting ready for spring. My 4-year-old adores fancy pens. She makes me buy them all the time. I've spent a fortune on them. So I thought I have all of these pens lying around that are not my favorites, and I might as well turn them into something pretty and festive. You're welcome to go buy pens to make this craft with. I have a favorite pen, and it seems like most of the pens in my house are not that pen. So, you know, on one hand, life's too short to use pens you don't like. On the other hand, waste not, want not. I don't want to be filling the landfill up. So we're going to turn some of these weird pens that just seem to gather around my house into flower pens so that we'll like them a little bit more and they'll actually get used. The best pen to use to turn into a flower pen is the kind that does not have a click mechanism on it, and it just has this little cap on the end that we're going to pop off. That's going to make the flower sits right on top of it. Now you will need a glue gun to make this kind of pen. But I have a lot of these little clicky suckers lying around, and I'd like to use them up. So we're going to use some of these. And when you add the flower to that pen, the flower is just a little bit offset. Still very comfortable to write with. You also don't need a glue gun. So if you want to make these with young children and don't want to have to worry about having a parents only step, this might be the avenue you want to go. You do not have to have a click pen to make them this way. So the first thing I'm going to do now that I've gathered my pens is just check and make sure they all work, since I am using pens from lying around the house. The first method I'm going to show you is the kind where you glue the flower right onto the top. You pop the back off. So we need to pop this end cap off of this pen. I'm just going to use a pair of scissors. Now watch your fingers. And some of these are easier than others, but I'm just going to kind of work my scissors in between the pen and the cap. And use my pliers to pull, well, my needle nose pliers to pull it off. And we don't need this anymore. Now, if the end of your pen is ugly, don't worry about it. You're going to be completely covering it. So if things got really funky when you were getting that cap off because it took a little bit of elbow grease, no problem at all. Next thing we're going to do is wrap this pen up. So this is florist tape. Mine's 1/2 inch. It's not very sticky, so it's not really going to stick to the pen, but it does stick to itself. So you just start wrapping, and I like to start up a little ways, and then you want to use a little tension because that's what makes it stick. So pull just a little bit, get it lined up at the bottom, and then wrap it on up the pen. I snip it off with scissors to get a nice clean line. Now you could just stretch this and place it, and it will stay pretty well. But I like to use a little bit of glue because if with a little bit of wear it could easily come up. So I'm just using a little bit of Elmer's Cool glue that I had lying around. Just a tiny little bit. Smooth it and wipe away the excess. Now, the next thing you need to do is cut your flower to size. You want to leave as much stem on the flower as possible for stability, but you do have the ink inside the pen that will get in the way. So depending on how thick the stem is on your flower, you might not be able to put it down very far at all. So we're going to start here, the couple inches, and yeah, there's no way that's going to fit. So instead, so we just snipped our flower down with our wire cutters. We're going to check it for fit. That's going to work. So next thing we do is we're going to put a bead of hot glue just around the circle top here. And then just insert it, make sure that the petals are out of the way. And insert that into the pen. Let it dry, and now your pen's good to go. The next one I'm going to show you is how to do a pen with a click top. So for these, I like to cut the stem to be about as far down as this clip comes. So I also want to leave a little bit of clearance on the top so your finger has space beneath the flower to click on the push top of the pen. And first, we're just going to snip off a little piece of florist tape and secure things before we really get going. So I just use a small piece to do a quick attachment here, so I don't have to worry too much about this moving around as I wrap the entire pen. And then we wrap it just like we wrapped the last one. Now when I get to the point where I start wrapping the flower and the clip of the pen, I like to go up and down a couple times so that I make sure that transition is covered well and that it doesn't really have any holes poked through or any gaps in the greenery. Then I'll put just a little dot of glue. And there you go, a fully functional click top flower pen. I hope you liked my flower pen tutorial. I know my 4-year-old will be very excited to play with these, and let's be honest, I love them too. If you're new here, we should be friends, so don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel so we can keep in touch. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram at The Cheeky Homemaker, as well as at thecheekyhomemaker.com. I recently did a video about welcoming spring with my children that includes a free printable activity sheet that has some coloring pages, a word search, and a scavenger hunt. So if you're interested in that, I'll link it below. Check it out.